Hello, good evening, and how is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing really well. So today I'm going to be making Bara Brith, which is like a tea loaf that you can have butter with it, you can have it warm or cold, have it as a snack. Very wholesome and flavoursome. So we're starting off with 400 grams of mixed fruit, and then what you use is 300 mils of strong tea. And you mix the tea in with the fruit, like so, and then ideally you'd leave it for about 6 hours or overnight and then come back to it. But what we're going to do, so that's been mixing and soaking in there. I'm going to add a teaspoon of mixed spices. I'm going to add 100 grams of dark sugar. Okay, so I'm going to pop the sugar in and give it a mix. And then I'm going to add the teaspoon of the mixed spice, which I just got from Tesco. There we are, so a teaspoon of that. So we've got in there the fruit, the sugar, the fruit's soaked in the tea, isn't it? The sugar and the spice as well. You can smell that mixed spice. Ooh, goodness, it smells really nice. Then what we're going to do is sift the flour. Flour is 250 grams, self-raising flour. So we've got 250 grams there. I'm going to sift that in, the flour. Hope you've all had a good weekend. So at the weekend, Saturday evening, which was Valentine's, we went to see an Elvis tribute act called Gary Foley. He works on cruise ships as well of late, and said he was recently cut back from a cruise ship and going again next week. So he does Elvis songs. It was absolutely, his voice was incredible. It really was. You can always look him up online. He's called Gary Foley. So we did that on Saturday, and then yesterday the weather was just awful, wasn't it? It seemed to rain all day. Yesterday all I was doing was washing and getting things dry. Spent the whole day doing that. But anyway, let me know what you've all been up to. Not there. Just give that a mixer. I have got a cake mixer, but I do like to mix it by hand if I can. Then also we need to mix in a beaten egg. Okay, that's already been done, so I'm going to mix the egg. There we are. When that's all mixed, that would go in the oven at about 180 on a fan or gas mark 4 for about an hour. And then let it cool before you try it. And it normally makes a little loaf, it's a loaf tin you need. There we are. Here we go, that's what it looks like. There we are. Still got my tulips. Anybody notice my tulips here? Yeah, they aren't real. Husband bought me from the garden, those from the garden centre a couple of weeks ago. He said, what will you do when in spring, when the spring's finished, you know, when the cold weather comes back again, and you can't buy tulips. I said, oh well, nobody will really notice, will they? Nobody will say anything. They just look nice, don't they? I do like fresh flowers, but they're so costly, aren't they? They don't tend to last very long. Anyhow, right. There we are. So, I'm going to pop it into one of these little liners in the cake tin. It's all mixed in. Got the egg, the spices, the fruit, the tea, the flour and the sugar. Not left anything out today. I'm going to pop that in there. Here we are. It makes a great big pot full. And if you'd like to, if you double the mixture, obviously you can make 2. If you want Want to give one to a neighbour or a friend? Family? Very popular in Wales. It's very tasty though. Very tasty. There we are. So, that's it. There we go. That's going in a fan oven at 180. For about an hour. There you go. Perfect. Right. I'll see you in about an hour when it's finished and let you have a look what it looks like. See you soon. Hi there. I'm so sorry my phone actually died. It gave up on me. What I did was, in a loaf tin, I used one of these liners, little paper liners, into there, poured the mixture in. It went in the oven at 180 for about 55 minutes in the end, or gas mark 4. And then I've taken it out and I've just glazed it in with some honey. And that's the Bara Brith. I've made myself a nice coffee. I'm going to have that with it. I hope you do give it a go and that you enjoy it. It tastes a bit like the malt loaf that you buy in the shops, but it's more of a cake, this one is. Well, it's a cross between a cake and a bread. In Wales, Bara Brith, Welsh, it means speckled cake, speckled bread. Okay, so here we are. So I will have a slice of that with a tiny bit of butter, a little treat. I did go out for lunch today, so I'm not going to have an evening meal. My husband's just had a little curry that we already had in. The dogs have both been fed and watered. I've made myself a nice coffee and I'm still using my pumpkin mug little cup because I like it. Oh, I was ready for that. So, if you are new here, my name is Sonia. I will be doing vlogs on cleaning, shopping, lots of different things. Dog walks out with those, my little 2 mutts around the New Forest, or beach walks, depending on the weather. I'm sorry if I mumbled on about my little flowers here. They are gorgeous. It's almost spring, isn't it? But anyway, I'll keep them towards the winter. For as long as I can get rid of it, get away with it again. Anyway, take care, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good evening.